This is an open grinder production. Let's go ahead and get our veggies sauteed for our dressing. So I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan on a medium-low heat. And I add my onions, celery, my red and green bell pepper, fresh thyme, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some crushed red pepper flakes, and a little bit of cayenne, or a lot of it. So I have my heat on a medium-low heat because I want to sweat my veggies. I don't want them to necessarily brown. So it's been about 5 minutes. My veggies are nice and soft. Still not brown. I'm going to go ahead and add my sausage. This is a turkey sausage that I'm using. You can use any kind you want. Usually I do a spicy sausage, but I'm going to try something different this time. I'm also going to add in my fresh garlic. I'm going to turn my heat up and wait for this to brown. I have my sausage mix ready to go. So let's go ahead and add it to a cornbread. This is cornbread I made last night. It's better to make it ahead of time because you won't be crunched for time the day of. And also you have to let it cool completely. If you try to assemble your dressing with hot cornbread, the consistency is going to be really off. Go ahead and add that in. I'm going to add in some green onion, parsley, fresh parsley, an egg. You add in the egg just so that it holds everything together in the end. Let's give this a good mix. And it looks great. So this recipe, I think it calls for 2 cups, but I poured just a little extra, and you may want to do the same because you may pour extra in there depending on how you made your cornbread. So if you have a more moist cornbread, you're going to use less stock. Let's go ahead and pour just a little bit at a time, because if you pour too much, there's no going back. Let's give this a good stir. This is the exact consistency you need right here because all of this extra liquid is going to absorb and bake off in the oven. You want it to be pourable, but not soupy. I'm going to go ahead and butter my baking dish. So buttering my baking dish, it allows the dressing to not stick, and also butter gives really good flavor to almost everything. Go ahead and pour this in. Yeah. Make everything all flat and even. And I drizzle a little bit of butter on top. Let's get this bad baby in the oven. I have my veggies prepped here in the pan already, and I have some green beans. I got the colored carrots because they're just fun to look at. They're kind of funky. All right, let's go ahead and get those seasoned. My favorite, salt, a little pepper, sprinkle some dried thyme. I'm gonna drizzle this with some olive oil. Just give it a nice toss so everything gets coated. I'm gonna pour a little bit of chicken stock on this just so it doesn't burn while it's roasting. Just enough to cover the bottom. Yeah. Now onto our little hens, my favorite. I'm just gonna stuff them with rosemary. And the reason why I do that is because I like to get that aromatic flavor all throughout versus just on the skin. Like it'll have that really subtle hint of rosemary all throughout the meat. You can also stuff this with anything you like. You could do thyme, lemon, put an onion in there, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and put some olive oil on this. Salt. Pepper. Add some lemon pepper. You want to be very, very generous with all of these seasonings as well. Like everything, whenever I cook, it's always to taste. Like I hardly ever measure anything out. I'll sprinkling on my thyme, rosemary, I have some poultry seasoning. This may seem like a lot, but just trust me. I have some garlic powder, my fave, onion powder. Feels like I'm using like 30 seasonings. And some cayenne. I'm just gonna rub it all. Make sure every inch of these little hens get coated. You want it to look like it just rolled in seasonings. I'm going to bake these in the same dish as I baked the veggies in. This is going to give the veggies a very, very good flavor. And also it saves dishes. Which is what I like to do. Let's get everything in the oven.